there are tons of rumors surrounding Billy Donovan and the Kentucky team in college, and we're going to break it down, talk about it, have a round table. We got all the guys, minus Kev, in the building today. We're going to break it all down right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. And we jumping right into the shits. We got Cdub, Bobby, Stevo's in the building. Basically, the whole Chi-Town Sports Central family minus Big Kev, who is in the comment section. He will look y'all down if y'all acting up in the building, by the way. But with that said, man, so this started off as a bit of a rumor. Late last night, Kentucky decided to move on. Well, Calipari took a new job, which left a big vacancy. And then you started hearing rumblings that Billy Donovan could be on their short list. Over the course of today, it's gone from everything from, that he could be somebody that they're interested in to it seems like he's the front runner for this position and kind of maybe waiting until the NBA season's over with. I wouldn't be surprised if they have an offer there for him shortly after the end of the season. First off, just like the potential of this happening. How you guys feeling on hearing that Billy Donovan? By the way, before we get into that, we finally now know how long his contract extension is for as well. It took this. We know that Billy Donovan has 2 more years under contract for the Chicago Bulls. Shout out to KC Johnson for figuring that out. We've been asking that for only a year and a half. We've been wondering how long is his goddamn contract extension for.
Oh, did I freeze and everybody else?
But Dub, how you feeling about it? I've been sitting here rapping and I've been frozen like a motherfucker. That's crazy. I was saying that so it started off as a rumor. Now it seems that Billy Donovan is the front runner for this. I would not be surprised if he ends up getting an offer made shortly after, whenever the Chicago Bulls season does officially end. But how you guys feeling about all the rumors and everything? Where we see? Go ahead, C-Dub.
I think we should take them seriously. Let's look at what's going on with Billy Donovan, dude. I think happiness has a lot to do with if you want to stay in a particular place. I don't know Billy Donovan, but I can't see him being particularly happy most of the time in that Chicago Bulls locker room. Most of his success when he's been coaching basketball has been in college. He's not tasted the top of the mountain in years. It's been over 10 years since he won back-to-back championships with the Florida Gators. So success that's a draw, that's a lure. So I'm gonna take it seriously and say it's very, very possible, bro.
I would say that it's very, very possible because I think that when you think about the 10 years so far, it's just been so many ups and downs for Billy Donovan in the Chicago Bulls locker room. It's been so many things thrown at him, along with this roster. The way that the roster is constructed, you got to think about that. We don't know if the front office is really, really sitting down with him and listening to his opinions, or he could be. But as of right now, injuries has plagued this team. Just the way effort these last 10, 15 games, the effort hasn't always been there. And sometimes if you constantly repeating the same message and it's not getting through others, it might be time to go. So I'm gonna take the rumor serious for what it is. It's still no guarantee if he will leave, but hey, Kentucky, Billy Donovan is a great coach.
Yes,
he's a great coach. Come get him.
And I think it's also a point to make that they've tried to get Billy Donovan to be their coach twice before now. Billy Donovan reportedly was thinking about going back to college before coming to the Chicago Bulls anyway. So these things all may be aligning. Billy Donovan's giving it a go. And I think when you struggle with the franchise, being able to kind of coach and mold the younger players looks a lot different after you've been struggling the way that the Bulls have. Stevo, how you feeling, brother?
Hysterical. It's very, very, very funny to me because, for one, y'all already know I was never the biggest fan of Billy Donovan. I was upset when we hired him. And then to find out that this was the catalyst to make us find out how many years he got. First was funny to me is y'all really offered this man what it would be 5 years at the time, a 5-year contract, 4 or 5 year.
He would have signed a 4-year contract because this is the last year of his original deal. That's 4 years. You offered him a 2-year contract extension on top of that, so 6 years for Billy Donovan.
6 years. You offered this man 6 years for winning a basketball game in the playoffs. One game. That you gave this motherfucker 6 years of that's the first funny thing about that. Second thing is, go take your ass to Kentucky because you think we hate your ass now. Oh, why you think Calipari on his way the fuck out? Them dudes down there are 10 times worse as fan base in front office things you got to worry about than us. So go take yourself down to Kentucky and see if you can find the stuff down there. Because if they wouldn't give Calipari what they want, what makes you think they're gonna give you what you want?
Stevo, the last time he coached kids, he was very, very successful. You can't get more successful than that. So you think he won't? I think he'll be good in Kentucky.
That was 20 years ago almost.
Oh man.
The thing is, I think Billy Donovan can be successful in college. And I know people throw the lot, oh, he's not an NBA coach, he's a college coach. Go back. No, I'm not even saying that. One thing that Billy Donovan does do well, there's a lot of things to knock on Billy Donovan, but the players seem to, besides Zach, seem to like him, right? And then now college is a very different game than what it was before. Billy Donovan was good. He never really had, if you go back and look, he never really had the top recruiting class in it, but his team was always deep in college. He was always good at finding recruits, getting them to come there to a Florida program that at that time, not a lot of people were looking at Florida for basketball when he took over that program, but he always had solid enough classes to where that team, he has 300 more wins than losses in college basketball. It's basically 506 wins and 209 losses, basically 300 more. He could be a solid NBA coach, and that's because when you're in college, you're the president, you're the GM, you're the coach. You build the roster, you recruit the players, and you develop the players. I think Billy Donovan can thrive in a situation like that.
That's why I was going. Go
ahead.
I was gonna say that's why I was gonna go because if we talking about systematically on how the Bulls look, a lot of the times they look like a damn college team. Yeah, in college, and at least in my opinion. In college, you don't get a high volume of threes. You do a lot of driving and kicking. At least some programs do that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that will benefit Billy Donovan in such a way to where he could be a little bit more successful. And I think that now you might see a little bit more effort out of certain guys versus, in the collegiate level versus the NBA level, because there's a different type of hunger. So
yeah, like go ahead, Steve. I'll be real quick, Steve, because you dealing with men with mortgages, with car payments, with kids going to school and stuff like that. Now you're going to dealing with kids. You know what I'm saying? Well, they gonna look to you to be that like father figure away from home because they are in college. So I think he's gonna do well.
It's not that I don't think
if he goes, I'm talking like it's a fact. Go ahead.
I hope it's a fact. But it's not that I don't think he could be a good coach. I really do think he could be a really good coach in college, just not there. That going to Kentucky right now is like going to the Lakers.
Yeah,
the pressure is going to be super, super high, and what the boosters there and the athletic director they've been putting John Calipari through hell. The reason why I know this is because how cannot nobody, if you pay attention to the transfer portals, Kentucky don't get no transfers. That makes absolutely no sense. You know why they don't get it? Because the boosters push them to get the number one best players in that ESPN wants them to get. And even if Calipari don't want them, that's who they want because they say he 1, 2, 3, or 5, and that's what they want. If Donovan goes to college, he's going to want to run the show. And like Drip just said, he likes to run a certain type of system, and he don't always look for the biggest names. But that's what Kentucky has been built off the last 10 years. So if he was going anywhere, hell, He went to Duke, North Carolina. I've been like, oh, go kill Billy. It's just, I hope he know what he's dealing with going to Kentucky right now, because the pressure, you leave it pressure to go to more pressure, in my opinion.
That's
I'm
fair.
finding credence to what you're saying, because Calipari left Kentucky to Arkansas.
To go to Arkansas.
Crazy.
Yeah,
That tells
that's
you,
how you know he was fed up with
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do got a question for you though, Haize.
Mm-hmm.
Fred Hoiberg left the Bulls and went to college.
Yeah.
Billy Donovan.
Did he just
might
win
leave the
National
Bulls
Coach of
and
the
go
Year
to
as well?
college, bro.
I think he did.
Yeah,
I
he
think
just
did.
won
he
National
did.
Coach of the Year, by the way, did Fred
Bro,
Hoiberg.
it's crazy.
And
So,
they just got to the big 8.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
8.
Bro.
The
Elite
so
Eight.
is our
Elite
Eight,
organization
yeah.
that much of a stress to where we sending people back?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The answer is
Yeah,
yes.
the answer is yes, and I think ultimately, like, and I see people in the comments, I like when it comes down to it, like when you're a coach in the NBA, unless you're Eric Spoelstra, Greg Popovich, Steve Kerr,
Ty Lue,
you only have so much power.
Ime.
And I don't even know if Ime has as much power yet with the Rockets to really build out the roster. Like
Not
you
yet.
don't have that. So you have a little bit more of that. And to Steve-O's point, though, Kentucky could be very different. But I think a lot of outside of, like, shit, Larry Brown went back to college in a mid-major at that. Like, so
right.
Yeah.
so I think there's a freeing aspect in going back to college for some of these coaches that just realize, hey, it's a lot harder in the NBA because you don't have to worry about salaries. The NIL money may make it even easier or to recruit in some cases. So, like, it just, like, Billy, the thing that to get back to the Bulls aspect of this, the thing that really disgusts me about this is not even just finding out what his contract is through this. It's the fact that why, as a franchise, does change have to be forced upon us for us to get change? The case in point, this is what I'm going to say to you guys. Until Zach LaVine reportedly requested the trade, the Bulls weren't going to look to do anything different to the roster. This offseason, AK and Eversley will definitely re-sign DeMar DeRozan if he takes the contract that they have offered upon him, unless he chooses to go to a team and chase the title. They were 100% fine with Billy Donovan being the coach that, to Bobby's point, after one goddamn playoff win, you had 2 more seasons under that contract. You said, no, 1 playoff win, we got you 2 more years, my brother. You doubled the time he had left on his contract because of 1 playoff win. Why is it that change has to be forced upon us for us to make the necessary changes that people see isn't working? Like I said, I don't want to make it all about blaming Billy Donovan and making the scapegoat. Is it all on him? No, because he's not choosing the roster. But guess what? Some of it is. But people saw that he wasn't the coach for this roster, that he didn't have the style. This team wants to play fast. Billy Donovan, he's not that. He's not coaching them to do that. Why does it have to take for if he does leave? Let's not act like it's happened for sure. If he does leave, why does it have to be forced upon us for us to get any goddamn change?
You know what? I hate to be that guy, but it's just what I've been paying attention to over the history of the league. And I know you hate when people say that, but I truly think it starts up top. Every time I've seen a dynasty start, besides us, the ownership was like, I want to fucking win. I need to win. And everybody down echoed that. You look at Golden State, they echoed that. You look at San Antonio back in the day, they echoed that. Lakers echoed that. Celtics echoed that. It starts at the top, and you can see with both franchises, Jerry don't give a fuck. So from the list down, it just shows that, okay, we're trying, but they still don't give a fuck. We still gonna try, but I can only do so much, but I still don't give a fuck up here. But okay, now I don't give a fuck no more. Then that trickles down, then that trickles down, then that trickles down, and that's how you get the product that we got now. Nobody cares no more because they know this shit not working.
But I think that's why it's important to have a president. Like, when you look at the thing is, that's why I hated that everybody booed Jerry Krause. Because you're right, Jerry Reinsdorf doesn't give a shit. He cares about the check clearing, and that's it. So because of that, you have to. You have to have a president of basketball operations that cares so much about winning that. And Jerry Krause literally said, "I don't give a damn if everybody in the city of Chicago hates me. If we win, you can hate me all you fucking want to." And AK definitely doesn't feel like that, right? No. So I agree that with great organizations, it starts with having an owner usually that wants to win above any and everything else. But if you have a hands-off owner like Jerry, you got to have somebody who then is running the day-to-day that cares about winning more than anything, and we don't have that either. It sucks,
that's exactly what I was finna say, Drip. Like, we know that Jerry, he don't give a damn. The man is too busy, got multiple businesses. He don't care about basketball. So you look to who he put in charge. Well, I'm sure he told the guy, "Joe, this is your baby. I ain't got nothing to do with it." I'm sure that conversation, maybe not the way I said it, but that happened. Like, you're going to take care of everything basketball. I'm not helping in anything. Go and do it. So that goes right to AK and Eversley.
Yeah. And
that's where the blame should be right there.
It's definitely on those guys at the top as well as the players and the coach as well. And AK already been telling us for the last few off seasons, he got the green light to do stuff. Just ain't doing
it. But that's that's why I can't. I get we got to look at them. I get it. But to me, I just got to use the Bears because that's the best example. It wasn't till the ownership was like, "I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I need to hire somebody that knows what," not just people, a team of people that knows what they're doing. But even when we did it, I was like, you almost taking a swing at it because we was this close from not getting Ryan Poles. We was this close. So like, I don't. It can happen. I just feel like if you get an owner that's on, you have a better chance. But like you said, that's not really reasonable. That's not really reasonable. Most people at that age don't give a fuck. But like you said, you need a president, and I don't know what the fuck they could do because it's like I don't trust the people around them enough. Versus like Bears, you can see somebody gonna sit there and be like, "Pole, what the fuck is you doing?" I don't see nobody on our board, general board, that's gonna do that for us.
That's fair.
Yeah. I mean, the fact of the matter is that the last hope that we had for any time changing anytime soon was when Michael took over, basically managing the Bulls. For the most part, and Jerry's not kind of focused on the White Sox, but Michael Reinsdorf, I was like, listen, Michael, he grew up, he got to see the Bulls winning, he's going to come here, he's going to have some pride, and Michael Reinsdorf is basically come in and be like, "All right, Pop said, just make sure the check clear, what y'all doing."
That's it. Basically. That's it.
For real.
Like,
Pop
it's just,
you want to make money. What's the bottom line?
Yeah, what's the bottom line? So like, and like, I know initially, I think we were all, and rightfully so, the way that AK and Eversley and they came in and took this team over, there's a lot of reason to bring some excitement. All that, and then making that initial move for Vooch, and then that first offseason, getting DeMar, getting Lonzo, like really seeming like, hey, this is a front office that sees a vision. They're gonna do it. I didn't think it was gonna stop then. You only had one vision. Like, it's like, damn, I get it that Lonzo got hurt and shit went left, but that's it. That's like, never mind. I was about to make another one of my crazy ass analogies.
He said, "That's it."
But for real, but that's how I felt, and that's why I was like, I don't have the trust of the board because it's like, in the last 3 years, somebody should have been an AKA like, "Motherfucker, if you don't make a goddamn move, you sit here talking about Kanye, it ain't working. You need somebody there to tell you." And I don't think we have nobody in place.
Yeah, I agree with that,
Brian. So we actually found out today. That's part of the reason, because we weren't going to do this roundtable discussion to another day, and then I got pissed off because we found out today that it's 2 years left on Billy Donovan's contract after the season, and that just sent me through a fucking roof, bro. Because like, why does it take this for us to find out stuff?
Hey, Drip, do it piss you off to show that they really in a tug of war with Kentucky right now? That's why they dropped this damn information. Does that piss you off as well? That's
another thing that like, because Casey probably did his calls, and somebody was like, well, if we did let Billy Donovan go, we're gonna have to do something with the 2 years left. And Casey was like, two? Is that what you just said to us? Two? Because I literally went through this, bro. There have been between new coaches being fired, hired, or extensions. There have been 15 new coaches' contracts that have been happened since Billy Donovan. That's half the league, right?
Yeah.
That have either extended or hired new coaches.
Literally
We know the money and the years on every single one of those motherfuckers for Billy Donovan.
They covert, bro. It's
And,
covert.
and I will guess a good 9 of the motherfuckers earned it.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
Bro, we gave this mother. He won a game. I like it. Usually, winning a game in the playoff means fucking failure. That's what it usually means. Only in our goddamn organization do that mean green. We in the positive.
Stevo, what was our record the year before we went to that playoff series? What was our record?
I don't even know if we won 40
It was
games.
okay. So he got us to the playoffs. They rewarded him.
I don't give a damn. That ain't enough.
But
that ain't
they do
enough.
it so
That ain't-
covert though.
But I'm saying that ain't enough to give you bro, 6 years. You could give him 6 years for winning one game, and not even that. And not even that. We sank that second half.
The year before we hired Billy Donovan and AK, they all came in together. We were 22-43.
They rewarded the man, Drew.
And then he came in that first year. We were 31-41, but everybody knew that was clearing the stage. We traded for Boots at that trade deadline. We were then 46-36. We're now last season we were 40-42. So far this season we're 37. We have gotten worse every year under Billy Donovan. Listen, the Bulls giving Billy Donovan the contract extension is like you proposing to the first girl that sucks your dick because you ain't never got head before.
I know he was going there.
Like that's literally what they did.
I just hope one day in the next few weeks we get a sheet of info that says, goddamn, our owner, our GMs, and some people upstairs been at Diddy parties because I'm tired of all this shit.
What?
I need all that.
Diddy got the scoop.
Trying to make them sell, Steve.
I need a scoop. I need to be bamboozled the next 2 years or some news because I need these motherfuckers scratched off.
He don't know who that is, bro. He don't know who Puff Daddy is.
Oh, you know who Diddy is.
Billy Donovan know who Puff Daddy is. Ain't no mistake about it.
They know.
You think Jerry don't know who Diddy is?
That's who I'm talking about.
I need Jerry's name to be on some paper.
At a Diddy party, I'm gonna be like, that's crazy.
Ain't it? That's wild.
That's crazy.
And it's gonna explain. It's gonna explain all the bad luck we didn't have.
That's a
it's
fact.
Gonna explain Derek. It's gonna explain Lonzo. We can point at that motherfucker.
Hey, fellas, before we get out of here, I gotta ask this. So, what route would you like if this does happen? This is still a big if. We don't know for sure. If this happens and the Bulls move or Billy Donovan decides to go to college, the Bulls let him go on. By the way, y'all, for those that know, if he does accept a college job and we let him out of the contract, we're not firing him. We don't still have to pay him. So those, because I've seen some questions on that. But would you like to see the Bulls go after a coach that's already known, or would you like to see the Bulls cast a wide net and find a potential next young great coach? How would you like them to go?
That's a great question.
Find your coach.
I would, because I'm gonna start over. I'm starting young, so I would hire me a young coach to grow with my young team. It's time to start over. You lose Billy Donovan, so I would hire me a young coach, not a well-known coach, but an up-and-coming guy that's making noise somewhere in college or assistant coach or something like that on an NBA team. So yeah, that's the way I go.
If I don't care if he purple, black, yellow, I don't care if he old, young, whippersnapper. I don't care. Find a guy that you think can be here for the next 10 years with confidence. He has a resume. He has trust, and you talk to him about what you want to see in the future. And if he lines up with everything that you feel like doing, name or not, pick him. That's all I want. I don't care if he has a name or not. I don't care if he in college or in the pros, assistant or not. As long as he fits the future of what we want to do, he has a decent enough resume. That's all I care about.
Yeah, I'm on that same level with y'all. Me personally, I'm looking at a guy that you gotta have some type of NBA experience with you. It don't matter. You don't have to be a Frank Vogel or Doc Rivers, even though I'll lose my mind if that was ever to happen, but I don't think it will. But me personally, I'm looking at one of these young, good assistants, a Kenny Atkinson, maybe a Sam Cassell, or somebody that's been through a solid organization who has been behind a solid head coach with, with some clout, not necessarily as being popular, but the clout as we gonna be a tough team and we gonna grind this shit out. And we gonna make sure we playing modern NBA basketball. We gonna make sure we got the shooters. We running a solid system, and the guy that knows the X's and O's. I'm not saying Billy Donovan doesn't know all those things, but it's a bit questionable at times to where you feel like, do you have the feel for this game that's going on right now? Do you have the awareness to know, like, hey, right now, why do I have Javonte Green sticking Paolo? He's little as shit. And why do I keep on deferring to Nikola Vucevic and the effort hasn't been there? I want a guy that's going to hold these guys accountable, because I know that players like Billy Donovan, but where's the accountability aspect? Is he saying anything, or they just not listening? I don't want to have those questions right now. I need a guy that's going to hold these guys accountable. You don't have to be this rah-rah guy, had the best quotes in the press conference. I don't care about that shit. Let's change the culture and get rid of the entire coaching staff that's behind Billy Donovan. Can we please stop seeing Mo Cheeks in the building? Please.
Yeah.
Let his ass retire.
I don't care who it is, whether, like, I would love to get a young up-and-coming coach. I would love to see, like, what the Bears did with Shane Waldron. Like, they brought somebody in who could have a dynamic offense. I would love to see that, right? Somebody who's kind of known, whatever. There's a coach overseas that I've watched in me doing educating myself for more EuroLeague basketball, that he's a free agent out there. He would be great, but ultimately I just want the Bulls to go out and just to get a guy who can build a system. I don't want nobody I know people are going to say, well, what about Chris Fleming? He went 5-0 when he coached the Bulls and stood in for Billy Donovan. I want somebody with no attachment. I want somebody with new eyes that's going to be able to come in here and they're going to be able to say, Vooch, you suck, you on the bench. I want somebody who's going to come in here and say, Kobe, you're good. You had a really good season, but I need you to work on this. If you can't work on that, we're going to have to find something different for it. I want somebody who's going to come in with no attachment and just be able to look at and evaluate these guys for who they are and say, you're good. You're good. You suck. I can't work with you, whatever it is. And we can move forward and truly get some accountability in here. That's what I would love to see, man. And get Mo Cheeks out the fucking building, bro. Please. What are we paying him for?
I ain't never seen some assistant coach for 10 years.
Can we just hire Mark Jackson and get it over with? Bro?
First, I don't need nobody that still runs 2010 sets.
I tell you,
Sdub is trolling right now,
bro. The vein in my neck popped out a little bit.
Somebody was in the chat got to say it.
Exactly. No Mark Jackson, man. First of all, Mark, let's just be clear. Mark Jackson is never getting another NBA job.
Oh, yeah,
it's not happening, bro. It's done. What he had a small window there where he could have got back in the good graces, and he doubled down on the shit that got him in trouble and basically was like, yeah, I said it, now what? It was like, all right, bro, just go ahead and sit your ass down at the announce table. We ain't got shit for you, bro. I don't even think Mark Jackson could be hired as an assistant at this point in time. The NBA, Adam Silver would get on the phone immediately and be like, hey, I heard y'all thinking about hiring Mark. No. Don't do that shit. It's not happening. Mark Jackson is never getting another NBA coaching job at all. It's not happening.
Yeah,
that's messed up, Mark.
Doc Rivers keeps getting them.
Listen, and I said this before, and people used to think I was crazy when they're like, well, we could fire Billy Donovan and bring in Doc Rivers is the black Billy Donovan, and that has been made more evident this season. They the same they color swap. Their hairlines are even about the same. It's a Spider-Man meme. They're looking at each other. They're the same motherfucker, bro.
Oh, you get exposed.
I would go
when you don't have Hall of Fame players, bro. And you win a championship, you get exposed.
Brian, you got 4 seconds to delete that before I get on your ass.
Steve Nash?
Oh, you got 4 seconds to delete that before I get on your ass.
Hell no. No.
5.
I'd rather than bring Rajon Rondo in as the next head coach than
my mom.
I'm not even mad at that. Rajon Rondo, I ain't mad at that.
I'd rather bring Fred Hoiberg back from
Hey, this wasn't the front office that hired him or fired him, so maybe there could be something on that one. But let's get into these 2 super chats we got before we get the hell up out of here. Let's talk Bulls. Says Billy know who Diddy is. That's why he always shoot.
PTSD.
Wow.
Haize.
PTSD.
That's crazy.
You
I'm
tripping,
weak.
bro.
We don't want no more cheeks. That's
Pause.
crazy. Yeah, definitely put no Diddy on that one. Bro, that's crazy. Listen, Quentin been around me too long, but I don't think Quentin he wasn't like this when I first met him, bro. He kept that mug real well hidden. He's a
Oh,
reckless motherfucker. I love it. Love it.
Shout
you
out to my
can't-
boy Q.
You bring the demons out of people. That's the problem.
Yep.
Damn. Look how he was appalled.
I don't know why the fuck you looking at all. Bro,
Me? Me? Bro, I don't know what y'all talking about, bro. I don't do
Bro,
nothing
do
but
you
bring
know
the
how
best out of
I
people.
wish it was Target practice papers from some of these lives because Reggie don't got no damn paper no more. That's one example.
I ain't seen Reggie in so long, bro.
Hey, he got to put ice on his mama coochie because she get it worked out too long. He iced his mama coochie, bro.
And
That's
ladies
the
and
alley-oop.
gentlemen, you have been witness a demon.
Absolutely.
Any last thoughts, fellas, before we get up out of here, man?
Hey, man. Well,
Hey,
that blue grass look good.
I was just about to say, you look real good with that blue. That man look real good at that blue.
That
Go
blue
take
grass,
job,
boy.
dog.
Boys, let's get on to the next one, man.
Yeah.
That's it.
We'll see what happens, man. Maybe they can hire Kev Ass as an assistant head coach. He can sit over
Kev
there.
ass gonna have all the Bulls.
Well, no, because you know what? You can't, because we've never seen Kev and Javon Carter in the same room. I still think they're the same motherfuckers, bro.
Oh, we don't need Kev.
That
'cause
motherfucker Kev gonna be the one.
Kev
Like,
go-
let me show you all how to do it. Let me show you how to
Bro,
do it.
when they finna go on tip off, when you go on tip off, you just gonna see the camera pan over to him, and you gonna see him and Chris Feblin shaking up.
Oh, bro. Yeah.
Kev,
Why, bro, shaking up with the grandma in the crowd? Don't you post?
Why you shaking up with Jerry?
Are you? What you mean? She Lord.
Auntie.
that's
What up,
crazy. That's wild. All right, y'all, man. We want to thank the panel. Shout out to C-Dub and Bobby, them Cognac boys in the building, man. Y'all make sure y'all go and support Steve over the Chi-Town Sports Central YouTube page. He's basically the one holding that down. Oh, we got to get that. We got to get those weekly episodes back. And we didn't let that get away from us. We be some busy motherfuckers. But we want to thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you're following us at Bull Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. BullCentralPod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and or voicemail, 773-270-2799. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. We out this bitch. Peace, y'all.
J. Cole, no!